Hey, it's Vivian, and it's 6:25 on a Friday morning, and I'm going to be giving you a little tour of the room that I have, the media center that I work in at the school that I'm at. So let's go ahead and get started with the day. So this is my basic objective board for the day. So it has the date in two formats. It also has which day it is. So we have A through D days, and it's always hard for me to keep track of that stuff. So actually that's more for me than the kids. So I know which classes I'm seeing that day. And as you can see, I have the objectives for the grades that I teach technology. At the top you can see the alphabet posters that I made specifically for this class. They're technology themed mostly. Since it was a media center, there are some just basic media center words like read. A lot of the posters that I saw on Teachers Pay Teachers were not developmentally appropriate for pre-K through second, so I was just like, I'm just gonna make my own. See, here is our cleanup steps anchor chart. And I made it very, very explicit for the students so they knew exactly what to do. So I took screenshots, took pictures of their work area, and I even took a picture of students with the final step standing in 3 so they knew exactly what it looked like and there were no questions about it. I also have tiny versions of the poster on all of the columns on both sides in our media room so that kids can see them also when they're sitting down and getting ready to go. In addition to the cleanup steps poster that I have, I also have just a single picture of what I expect their workplace to look like, and that's on the larger poster, that big picture. It matches. And then on top of that, I have also just the group, or the pods. I call them pods. So these are the cards that go along with their seating, and this is so that they know which pod that they're in, and then also which computer they're at. And look at this. It looks like those rules are working because I'm seeing those headphones hung up. I'm seeing keyboards slid in nicely and chairs pushed in. Yeah, this mouse is backwards, but that's okay, we'll work on it. So here is our behavior management system that I had set up. During the summer, I was trying to think of some creative ways to get students to think about their behaviors, and I decided since I'm teaching technology, I may as well have a technology theme, so I decided to do battery life. For battery life, the students all start in green, and the poster outside actually says fully charged, ready to learn, so they know that's how I expect them to come in. And I actually even made a poster just to remind them when they're in the class. So everyone starts on green, so everyone's fully charged, ready to learn. Of course, if they have to be reminded of some rules and procedures and things like that. You could see one of the classes, second grade, their cell phone had to be put down in the yellow. And then I just tell them, well, let's just recharge, let's plug back in, focus, and try to get back into our green. Typically, when students do get to orange, they're able to get back at least to yellow. So I've been pretty happy with the students' behaviors at this school. I'm very happy about it. So I also have this little yield sign here, and that's just to give students just a little reminder to slow down, you know, step back, think about what you're doing and saying a little bit. It's just a reminder individually before I give them the think sheet. So our think sheets are right over here. So I made this think sheet earlier this year because I noticed that the think sheet that we had was made pretty much for older kids, and I didn't think that it was going to be very beneficial for most of the students, so I needed something that was a little bit more concrete for the younger kiddos. So the kiddos know when they walk in, they stand in a square with a number in it. My squares are really sad right now. I'm going to have to get those replaced. Also, I got a surprise rug yesterday, which is really exciting. I'm just really not sure how it's going to fit in here, so I'm not sure if it's going to stay there. And it also covers our line numbers, and the kids yesterday were really confused. So I actually literally got it, I think it was the second half of the day, and like my last class was so confused when they lined up. But that's okay, we'll figure that out. So I also teach library, and I really loved this. I got this on Teachers Pay Teachers. I thought this was a great resource for the younger kiddos. Very short and sweet descriptions of basic genres of literature that they can check out. I'll go ahead and link that post or that Teachers Pay Teachers page so that you can get this resource if you like it. So I've got this nice word wall over here. Honestly, if I could change it, I would make the words slightly bigger. I tried to highlight them by surrounding them with color clouds, matching the border, but I don't know, I feel like for younger kids, I didn't need the descriptions to be that long. I'm thinking about putting a mouse here for the younger kids that shows just a reminder of what the left click is, the right click is. I've seen a lot of really cute things on Pinterest that I might want to try out. So in this space, I've been thinking about putting a large keyboard because we're going to be starting keyboarding probably next month. So I think it'd be really helpful for them to familiarize themselves with the keyboard. And so if I could get that up sometime this month, that would be really helpful for the kids. So at the beginning of the year, when we first started learning computer parts and terminology for technology, I thought it'd be helpful to have labels for each of the actual items that the students would be using. So I went ahead and made those, especially for our school, because our school has a lot of EL students or English learners, and so having those types of things set up is really helpful for those students. So here's just a basket of mice that are not connected to any computer, but I use these for kind of like a setup where like a workshop model that I used when I taught guided reading and guided math, where I would have the whole group work on something that they could do independently, and then I would pull small groups of 4 to 5 kids so I could directly work with those kids on their skills. And that worked really well for kindergarten and pre-K. Because they were very new to that skill. So I was able to give them more individualized instruction during that guided group time. So these are our fiction titles, and as you can see, we have these nice markers that tell us what the author's last names are. Those were already there when I got here, so I can't take any credit for that. You can see here I have like some post-its of labels that I need to put in so that the kids know what it is that they're looking at. I think that'll help when we start library for the kids to be able to know what it is that they're looking for specifically. Oh, this is my little think chair. I guess when a student's kind of off task, then they just kind of sit there and think. And I've actually had some really good insights from students who sat in that chair, and we made some plans for, you know, doing things better the next time around. So the librarian at the other building with the older kids, she teaches library for grades 3 through 8. She helped me like pick out some of the favorites so they'd kind of stand out. It helped free up some room here on these nonfiction shelves as well. This rug, I have no idea even where I got this rug from. I remember someone was gonna throw it away, and I was like, please don't throw this rug away because I can use it. And I think it's cute. Oh, what happened to my lights here? There we go. I need to get like some tape or something for that. So I was super excited to get this colorful bin because I've actually been wanting one of these for years, but they've always been way too expensive. I was able to get this at, I believe it was Office Max, Office Depot. They're the same, I guess. And I was able to get them, I think this set for like 30 something. It was a really good price, so I just snatched it up and I got it. So basically in the first drawer I put like really basic overall class things that I need. Second drawer just kind of goes along with that. I put mostly my incentive things in that drawer for all classes. The orange bins I reserve for pre-K, and I put their folders here and any organizational things in the second drawer. Kindergarten for green, first grade for blue, and then second grade purple. So that makes it super easy for me to grab my folders and know what to do. Here's also my sub binder that I made earlier this year. A lot of little details. I'm actually still not done with it yet, but I tried to make it as organized and as clear as possible for subs if I have to be gone for whatever reason. At the beginning of the year, we were able to pick up some free supplies, and I just snatched this up because it just makes organization so much easier. Oh my goodness, look at all these water balls. This is embarrassing. I don't know why I have so many. Just my kind of messy desk, but it's definitely not as bad as it was my first 2 years of teaching. My desk, I could not even see it half the time. So something else that I'm doing as a part of my master's program that I'm finishing in math education, K through 6, is a capstone. And so for my capstone, I'm doing a technology intervention project, and this is the bins that I have set up for the students I'll be working with. And I'm working with second graders, so I have some basic things that I have for them that they're going to work on. Most of their work will be on the computers, but I still want to do some supplemental things. So I made folders up for them here that includes, what they're going to be working on for our first intervention, and then their bins will have any manipulatives that will help them before they start their computer intervention portion. So I'm really excited about starting that. I'm going to be starting that next week. Super excited.
So like I said before, I got a new rug just yesterday, and what I'm going to be doing right now is trying to figure out what to do with it and where to put it. I'm hoping I can figure out something to do with it because it's so nice, but if it doesn't fit, then I don't know what else to do. Let's see if it works. So it looks like the rug fits perfectly in the middle meeting area that I have. And so I'm hoping, this is my only concern, I'm hoping that the kids can all fit on it. From what I can see, we might have a little trouble right here. But it's worth a try. I want everyone to be able to fit on the rug, but might not be that everyone can. But we'll see how it goes. I'll keep you posted. So I just had my first class with the rug, and it ended up being too small. It looked like the back area and then like to the sides, there's not enough room, and so there were about 5 kids who couldn't fit. So it was so close, but it was not big enough. But the kids did a good job handling it. I let them know beforehand, there's a rug in the room. It might not fit everyone. Please don't get upset if you can't fit on it today. We'll figure it out later. And so they did a good job finding their spots and not being upset about it. They also just did really well in general today. Like, I was really impressed. Like, last week we practiced logging in, and this week everyone was able to log in on their own. So I was super excited about that. They were able to get their @ signs and their dots in the right places. Some spelling issues here and there, but that's okay. They were able to fix that, and everyone was able to log on their own. So I was really happy about that. And the kids just did really well in general. They got a star award because they did so well with all the rules and all of that. So yeah, I'm just kind of curious to see how the rug will work with the younger grades, with the smaller kids. So I'm gonna find out later today. Bye. Hey, so it's me again, and I'm actually home now. I'm not gonna lie, as soon as parent dismissal was done, I just made a mad dash for the door. And now I'm home, spending time with the baby right here, my little baby. So yeah, I had my other classes, and the rug, as I suspected, it actually fit for kindergarten. So I'm starting to wonder, maybe I should just keep the rug, because it worked great for kindergarten. First grade, it barely worked. I mean, a little bit. I mean, I think maybe 1 or 2 kids couldn't really fit, but kindergarten, all fit on there, and also the class sizes are smaller for kindergarten, so that partially explains it. But anyway, I made a mad dash after the end of school because I am ready for the weekend to start. It is Friday, and I am super exhausted, and I am looking forward to relaxing this weekend. I'm trying to think if anything else is worth mentioning, but that's really it. I mean, I'm glad that you were able to take the little mini tour of my classroom and see how everything's set up. And I hope you have a great weekend. Bye.